The Lakers know this is it. This is their window, right, to get something done. So do you think this is going to be enough? Can you see a deal where it's exactly enough?
Not if they keep playing coy, right? And
well, it sounds like they're not anymore.
But still, that is a very vague description. We don't know which multiple young players. We don't know
all
which
of them.
All of them, right?
But they haven't said all of them.
Anthony Davis.
That's what I'm saying. If they stop playing around and say full Brooklyn.
All in.
All in.
All in.
Then, yes.
Just call it the full Paul Pierce.
The full Paul Pierce?
Come
No,
on.
because there were other guys in the deal with him. It wasn't just him.
All in.
Jason Terry was in that deal too.
Kevin Garnett, yeah.
But yeah, that's and I think that's what New Orleans is trying to elicit out of them when you hear about a list and all this stuff.
We all knew they were going to get there. Do you open with that? Do you think they should have opened with that?
You don't play around with this.
So you think they should have just opened with it?
Get this generational player over here and pair him with LeBron, and we'll figure out the rest later.
Right. So you would give up, by the way, and I agree with this.
Everybody.
But so anyone you want of the young players,
yes.
And as many alternating first-round picks or swap picks or whatever it is that you can do.
We're playing with LeBron's last 3 years. We're all in.
This is so interesting to me because people talk about the timeline and, gee, I don't know if the picks, yes, you should give up all the players, but I don't know about the picks. They're not on a picks timeline. They're on a LeBron James' aging timeline.
Yes.
Your picks for the next 3 or 4 years, that's not in the equation in the same way they were for the past 3 or 4 years.
And that's the difference between the Brooklyn deal or the full Paul Pierce and this one. In that deal, sorry, Paul, but you guys, your better days are behind you.
Oh, without a doubt.
This is a guy who's MVP caliber right now.
Yep.
You do it. You don't ask any questions. You do it. You don't worry about those picks because you know LeBron and AD
you can build
and all the cap space in the world.
You can
fill out the rest.
You'll figure it out. All right, Woj also tweeting, beyond the Lakers and Knicks, the Pelicans have been made aware of a handful of teams AD would be willing to sign long-term with upon a trade. Boston isn't included on that list. Woj went on to write that the Bucks and Clippers are in the mix, along with the Lakers and Knicks. So, Paul, I want to get back into this a little bit, too, because you are a former Clipper. We've talked about the Knicks, and look, the Pelicans turned down a Kristaps Porzingis trade before he was traded to Dallas, so Knicks, not really, they might be on AD's list. I don't think they're on the Pelicans list anymore. We know that Boston can't get involved right now unless they deal Kyrie some way in like a 3-team swap because Pelicans don't want an expiring Kyrie contract. So that would be complicated. We just talked about the Lakers, but what about the Clippers?
It's just not that attractive because you bring AD over there for, say, these players right here. You can't pair him with another superstar.
Well, no, but they've got a max slot available this summer. They'd be trying to do the same thing.
Now you're gambling, hoping that you get a Kawhi, hoping that you get that other wing player. If you can get him with LeBron, if LeBron can get him.
Well, I know why the Lakers don't want the Clippers to get him.
But AD wants to go where LeBron is. Clippers aren't as intriguing. See, this is what I understand. I don't know why Boston isn't as intriguing with Kyrie. If you want to pair with Greek Freak in Milwaukee, it's not about big market. It's about pairing with a guy who you feel like can help you win a championship. Boston is that team, too. So that's why I understand why they're not on the list.
It doesn't help when Kyrie says, I don't owe anybody anything, and July 1 you'll find out.
That's just one call away. Kyrie can be like, yo, we want you over here.
Yeah, but don't you think that Kyrie was saying that in part? Look, I think Kyrie said it for a couple reasons. First of all, I believe him. Well, no, I believe him when he says, I don't want to be boxed in by anyone. This is my choice. I'll decide when I want to decide. I think that's a good idea. I don't understand why he said 4 months ago something different. I believe him that, A, he said it because he meant it. I also believe, though, that maybe he said it as a way of goosing the Celtics and reminding the Celtics, I am not a sure thing, and you are sitting here in this pivotal week for Anthony Davis. You better get on the phone with the Pelicans and promise them the sun come June, because if not, I won't stay. And don't Danny Ainge
That's just a meeting in the office, though. That's nothing. You don't have to sit in front of the media and say cryptic messages.
Right.
Let's go upstairs.
Guys, I think July 1, everything is going to change in the NBA. The NBA that we've seen in the last 4 or 5 years is going to be gone, and there's a new NBA that's going to come on, and we're going to look back at this week when everything changed. All these things, starting with the Anthony Davis trade request, all the way Porzingis, Kyrie Irving, all this stuff, we're going to see a new NBA come July 1.
Well, look, if Kevin Durant really does leave the Warriors, and we've been talking about it so much for the past 6 months, it almost feels in people's head like it's going to happen. It still might not happen. They might win their 3rd title, and he goes on into the Chase Center like a happy camper. But if he leaves, there's no question. Obviously, things change because the Warriors are no longer the super team.